what you want, what you want.
Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and today for my next horror movie review that I'll be talking about today is Phantasm Ravager. So eventually this was the fifth and the finale of the Phantasm series, in which a new director, David Hartman, directed this fifth film, and Don Cancelli did return, but not to direct, but also to produce and written this film. And the stars that returned were Reggie Bannister, A. Michael Baldwin, and let's not forget the legendary Angus Scrimm, in which this was his last time to play as the Tall Man. Now, when I first heard about they were making a fifth film, it took them about almost probably a decade or so to get this film to come into production. But during after of Phantasm Oblivion, they left out a cliffhanger, but it did came out as a good ending and a big finale to end the Phantasm series. But a lot of fans wanted to see a fifth Phantasm film, and I wanted to find out what happens to Reggie and what happens to Michael. Did he really die, or did the Tall Man finally win? Possibly he did win. Then again, I've been hearing all over the news that they were going to make a Phantasm 5, and it wasn't going to go straight to theaters. That I know for a fact, because I knew they were going to bring it straight to Blu-ray and DVD. Originally, they were going to have it last year, or probably a year ago, to bring Phantasm Ravager onto Blu-ray and DVD. But due to all the productions and the editing, and also with the visual effects, I find Ravager a good, memorable movie. I wouldn't say a finale, because there are some things that still left me puzzled. So this movie begins with Reggie continuing on to search for the Tall Man and to end this nightmare. There's a few things that kind of bothered me, and they kept on jumping scenes, from jumping one scene to another. One scene, Reggie is at the desert, and then the next scene, he's at a mental institution, and then lastly, another scene is where he's in a war zone and it's the end of the world. We see the spheres taking over, the graveyard diggers killing everyone, including the dwarves. It was a war zone. But seriously, couldn't just kept on just stay one scene and then probably a next scene. Don't like jumping to like one scene for every single minute, because that probably confused audience, and it even kind of confused me.
Well, you see there, Bones. Phantasm is just an illusion. It can play tricks on your mind. It may fool you in the eyes. But Phantasm Ravager, I think it was very quite interesting, and like Reggie said, it's epic.
Of course I know it's called Phantasm, because everything, we're not even too sure what is real, dude.
By the way, where'd you get your hair cut?
Oh, I got it 5 days ago. Thank you for noticing.
Man, I need to get my hair cut.
Why do you need to get a haircut? I mean, you always wear your mask. How do I know you got a fully on hair?
Oh, you want to see?
Nope. On second thought, forget it. Forget I asked. Just forget it. I don't want to know.
I didn't think so.
You're really... I don't want to go there.
Well, you know what, Bones? You look good with your hair short.
Just shut up. The visual effects, they were kind of cheesy and corny, but I know what kind of direction they were trying to get into, but it wasn't really supposed to be, you know, a blockbuster movie. Practically, it was going to be at first I thought it was going to be a fan film, but with all the stars that return from the Phantasm series. And surprisingly, there is another character that returns, but I'm not going to tell you guys, so I'm not going to spoil it too much. Maybe just a little bit, just a wee little bit. I'll give you guys a hint though. There is someone who returns from the Phantasm franchise. That's what I'll tell you, but it's only up during the credits, like at the end. But however, the visual effects were not too bad. They were kind of a little cheesy, but it was still good. And with the tall man's world it was like so dark and so scary. That's like a nightmare you'll never get out from. Warning, people, there will be spoiler alerts. And those of you who don't want to see it, skip to this time frame and I'll show you guys. So at the end, where Michael and Reggie finally face off the tall man and end this nightmare, unfortunately they didn't really defeat the tall man. A friend of theirs, which was a little dude named Chuck, he blew up the tall man, but however there were thousands of tall men throughout the universe. So in other words, they're gonna have to kill every single tall man. For saying that it's supposed to be the finale, I think there was another continuation for this film. Because how are they gonna end this film if they keep on finding all these tall men? And that kind of really bothers me.
Ravager felt very confused. It actually confused the audience. We're not even too sure it was the end. And is the tall man truly dead? Of course not. Because there's probably millions of him. Now they gotta kill each and every one of the tall men. That's just totally insane.
I just only wish they could have ended it like how they did to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchises. They ended very good. The Halloween franchises, not Resurrection. Resurrection was a mess. H2O, that was a big ending to end the Halloween franchises. So right after they escaped from the tall man's demise, and now that Reggie is going back with Michael and Jody, and surprisingly, I don't know how he came back to life, or how he got away from the tall man. Was he not dead, or is he still a sphere, or I don't know. All these questions, I still want to know. I want to know the answers. Still bothers me and it puzzles me a lot. Maybe they could continue it on, maybe in a comic issue or something like that, or maybe a book. Maybe that way I could get the answers. But either way, Phantasm Ravager is a good, memorable movie just to enjoy, and seeing Angus Scrimm to play as the tall man for one last time and saying, boy. But other than that, I think that's a good way to end the film. Even if it's felt like it was a continuation to the fully on Phantasm series. So just to rate this film, for Phantasm Ravager, I'll have to give it a 8 out of 10. Sure, the effects might have been a little cheesy, but I didn't feel like it was going to be a fully on blockbuster film. And for a horror movie like this, I think it was really good just to see everyone returning, even Don Cancelli returning to produce this film and renting it too. And David Hartman directing this film, I think he did a good job on it too. And for the cast members, I'm glad they returned. And even surprisingly, I think each and every one of these Phantasm series were really good. The first film will always be the best. The second film was, okay, but I'll be reviewing that soon. The third film, I'm glad they brought back the gory and the violence and the terrifying of the fear of part 3. And Oblivion, I think this was kind of the finale. And Ravager was probably a good start to end it. So if those of you really want to see Phantasm Ravager, I would recommend you guys to see this 5th film. And if those of you have never got a chance to see the other Phantasm movies, I suggest you should watch it before you see Ravager. And I have this movie on Blu-ray only. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off and saying is, peace!